Welcome everyone to the latest episode of Cornwall Freemasons Lodge in the Lounge sessions. I'm Simon Taylor, the membership officer in Cornwall, and I'm delighted to welcome for this episode the first of two discussions with Assistant Provincial Grand Master David Maskell. David, it's an absolute pleasure for us to have you with us. We have got a question for you, as has been standard for these interviews, from one of our members. But before that, could you explain the role of Assistant Provincial Grand Master?
Thank you, Simon. Yes, delighted to be able to take part in this Freemasonry in the Lounge. As you say, my appointment is as an Assistant Provincial Grand Master. My main public duties are to represent our Provincial Grand Master at installation meetings within the province. We would normally preside at some 17 meetings during the year, but would in practice probably attend many more than that. I would also attend 50 and 60-year presentations, banner dedications, and any other meeting where a ruler was invited. In addition, as a province, we are invited to attend neighbouring provincial meetings covering an area from Monmouth and Hereford to Hampshire and Jersey. I would also attend the annual investor meeting in London in April, which covers three very busy but three very enjoyable days. Behind the scenes, and probably what people wouldn't see in the province, the provincial executive, the assistant provincial grand masters, the deputy and the PGM are responsible for the running of the province under the direct management of the provincial grand master. And each of us, the deputy and the assistants, have a direct responsibility for approximately 20 lodges in an area. And we would each regularly liaise with these lodges. We also have responsibility for discussing with those lodges people who are looking to resign or to leave, and we would make contact with those people within those lodges. The executive itself would meet generally on a quarterly basis, but the five rulers would also meet an equivalent number of times throughout the year. Directly, I would also have responsibility for the Masonic buildings within the province, liaising with London and providing guidance for centres as and when required. My direct responsibilities also extend to membership within the province, and I head the membership committee and also represent the province in connection with the Pathway Working Party. That would be a general overview of my responsibilities.
Yes, it's certainly become very evident with these discussions of how much work does go on behind the scenes. In one of the previous interviews, we had the pleasure of speaking with the Deputy Provincial Grand Master, Roger Cargee, and he answered a question for us on the fact that some provinces have seemingly younger ground officers, and Roger explains how the fact that they have perhaps more established university lodges or stewards lodges, which generally promote younger members and attract younger members. And obviously with the recent introduction of the Cornwall Provincial Stewards Lodge and even more recent introduction of the University Lodge, we are hopefully heading down that sort of same path. So we did have a similar question for you in that somebody's asked, one of our members has asked, that a number of provinces seem to have younger members with provincial grand rank, sometimes even though they've not gone through the chair. Does this ever happen in Cornwall, and is it something the province would ever consider for the right person?
We have a policy with provincial rank where a brother, a worshipful brother, would be considered for a provincial rank 7 years after coming out of the chair as worshipful master. However, there are a number of brethren within our province who have been awarded provincial rank, even though they haven't been a worshipful master. In these cases, the brethren have usually served their lodge in an office such as treasurer, almoner, charity steward, etc. And they will have fulfilled that office for a period of at least 7 years. So having done that, they would then be eligible to be considered without having been through the chair. Our Provincial Grand Master introduced the new Provincial Stewards scheme in 2016 to fast-track young Masons who, it was thought in time, could progress to the executive. And whilst that appointment still is in the direct gift of the Provincial Grand Master, it would not usually involve a wait of 7 years.
Thank you, David. We very much appreciate you taking the time to speak to us for this first of 2 interviews with you. We'll certainly look forward to catching up with you next time. Thank you to you, as always, for watching. We will be releasing another episode next week. In the meantime, stay safe.